Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the LA Rivals to express our feelings about how our own teams did over the offseason.
Yeah.
So for AJ, it's the Bears. For me, it's go, Pat, go.
Yep.
So let's just get right into it with our famous intro video. I think we got a new one coming soon.
That's news to me. Y'all are hearing this as soon as I am.
Allied Rivals.
I think I might have to make another one soon.
Yeah,
Kind of maybe part of our shorts playlist, you know?
maybe. Okay, yeah, maybe get
know.
like a couple like soundbite lines in there or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what yeah, for sure.
All
Well,
right.
guys, we're gonna express our feelings. So AJ,
Yeah.
first, let's go cross like rivalry here. So
Okay.
how do you feel
Okay.
about how the Packers did in the offseason? Like what letter grade would you give the Packers?
Oh man. Well, just to recap what happened, I feel like the year was more of a loss than it was an add. Because if I'm just going in free agency, my goal is to make the team better, right? So missing pieces that we have, different extending people that we needed to extend. So leading with A, we lost Devontae Adams. B, we lost Darius Smith. C, we lost Marquez Valdes-Scantling. That's not a great start. And I know that you kept Aaron Rodgers, which is awesome. Keeping Aaron Rodgers, locking him up for the next 3 years is incredible. Sammy Watkins is solid. We take that. Keeping Robert Tonyan on for another year, even after he was injured last year. Really good. Getting Pat O'Donnell. Huge. Absolutely huge. But overall, I feel like the team got worse to me. Is how I feel. I think the Packers did what they had to do.
It's what you want to think.
No, who did the Packers add?
What they want you
Who
to
did
believe.
the Packers add outside of Sammy Watkins? Who did they lose? Darius Smith. What's his name? Devontae Adams, who came and repeatedly said over the last 2 years is the best wide receiver in football.
He is. Oh, he is.
I'm not saying that the Packers had a horrible or bad offseason. It's fine. They did what they had to do to keep Aaron Rodgers, which was the biggest thing they needed to do. They got it. They got an extra first and second in the trade for Devontae Adams. Part of me wonders if they could have gotten more, especially after looking at the Tyreek Hill trade, where the Chiefs got like half of the Dolphins' future, essentially. So to me, it's just middle of the road. The C+ is not me saying, oh, it was garbage. It's just fine. It was fine. Kept Aaron Rodgers. That's a plus. Lost Devontae Adams. That stinks. Right down the middle for me.
Okay. Well, for me, for the Bears, it's just a little bit worse than that.
Sure.
It's just a little bit worse than that because you guys lost Khalil Mack and you lost A-Rob, which was bound to happen.
And Akeem Hicks.
You picked up Equanimous St. Brown. So nice job. It's not like a bunch happened for you guys over the offseason.
Right. Yeah.
It's not like you guys had a ton of amazing players to lose.
Sure.
Although you did lose your best player, Khalil
Mack. Sure. Yeah.
But yeah. So AJ, we've kind of expressed our opinions about each other's team. But now it's time for us to dig deep, do some soul searching. How do we really feel about our own teams?
And you start.
It's wow, threw it through the back right at me here. I'm gonna give the Packers an offseason grade of a B-. Look, I don't think losing to Darius Smith is a bad thing, really. I think it's bad in that he's at the Vikings now, which means we have to play him, which is a nightmare. But that's the worst thing about losing him. It's almost good because now we have Rashawn Gary, Preston Smith, and Devondre Campbell, which means we are not going to be necessarily the most sack-heavy defensive team in the league, but we're also not going to be so bad on the run game as we have been in years past. That's always been our big weakness, the run game. And then obviously Devontae Adams. Yeah, that's why it's a B- and not an A- or a B+ or something,
Sure.
because that's just a big deal. But on the flip side of that, it is good in one way because we don't have his contract anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And this means we might be able to sign guys in a few years long term. Like we are not crunched under Devontae Adams' contract.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure.
And so I'm giving us a B-. Like I feel like not the best happened, not the worst happened either. Like every guy we lost, there was definitely an upside to it. Keisha Heffron is just. Can we ban people from the chat? I'm asking you.
This is the bold claim that both of our season grades are an F+, and they didn't add anything; they just lost stuff. And here's one of the things that makes this difficult. Here's one of the things that makes this difficult. What happens if the Packers draft Garrett Wilson?
Right.
Or George Pickens? Both of our grades are going to go up. If they draft a receiver, mine goes from a C+ to a B immediately. Like
mine goes from a B- to a B+.
Right off the bat, right? And of course it depends on who they select too. We're not necessarily just, grab any wide receiver, we'll be fine. But like, it's a little early. The season grade F+ for a team that one of them re-signed, especially one that re-signed Aaron Rodgers, which was the biggest question of the offseason on whether he was going to come back or not. That's a bold prediction, man.
I just discovered something.
What's that?
We can put users in timeout.
Yes, you can do that.
Block the user.
Yeah, you can do that.
You better watch out because we're making some bold predictions. AJ, I think
we don't have a problem with bold predictions. We're not going to ban you for a bold prediction.
System. Like you make a
okay,
wacky
all right. You know what? Here, I'm going to start talking about the Bears. Keisha Heffron, be careful with Caedmon. Look, how do I feel about the Bears offseason? I feel like we had to do. We're going into full rebuild mode. And I hear what Keisha Heffron is saying that we didn't add anything. We just lost stuff. Yeah, we did. Salary cap. That was the point of this entire thing. That was the point of the entire offseason. There's a reason why we didn't re-sign Akeem Hicks. There's a reason we didn't re-sign Khalil Mack. There's a reason we didn't sign Tariq Cohen, because all these guys are going to want long-term contracts, and we just don't have a team that's built for that at this point. We have a team based around David Montgomery, Darnell Mooney, and Justin Fields, and that's a solid trio so far. 1 year is not going to be the be-all and end-all of Fields' career, and David Montgomery, we know, has been solid so far. Khalil Herbert came out of the draft and looked incredible last year, just out of the blue. Late-round pick, all of a sudden, he's getting 100 yards a game now. He's averaging 4 yards a carry out of the blue behind an offensive line that wasn't even great. So I'm going to give us a C+ because, yes, we didn't add anything to the team outside of fine role players like Byron Pringle and Equinemius St. Brown. I think we're still going to have offensive line problems. Our defense isn't going to be the same as it was last year, even though we still have some great pieces like Roquan Smith, arguably best linebacker in football. Eddie Jackson, top 10 safety in football when he's doing well. Granted, he has his bad games. But the point of the year was to get money off the books because we're going into a full rebuild. So it's a C+ for me. There's nothing exceptional, but it was what we had to do for the team. Trade away what we had, get draft picks, and open up cap space over the next 3 years so we can rebuild the team.
There you go.
It's not fun, but it's what we need to do.
I think you said it perfectly. I think you said it quite well. That is like the first time I've agreed with what AJ said about the Bears.
Right. First time? No, there's been times before that.
Not actually.
Yeah, there have.
Well, Keisha Heffron is just rubbing it in. Goodbye, Khalil Mack. Goodbye, A-Rob. Goodbye, Akeem.
Yep.
Hello, Byron Pringle and Equinemius St. Brown. Look,
yes, also hello to about $20 million in cap space.
Stud.
I mean, his brother Amon-Ra did, right? I mean, hey, it's got to run in the family.
It must. But Keisha, AJ, I'm just thinking, like, I feel like we should have like a system. You know how Porter Drinks predicted Tyler Hero, top 5 player in the NBA this year? That was
didn't
before
happen,
the season.
but sure.
No, he did say that. He did say that.
I remember.
It didn't happen. So I feel like we should now make people that make these predictions and they're just whack. They need to come on the show and either publicly apologize or totally embarrass themselves with something.
See, here's the thing. This is a prediction. So we got to wait for it to pan out. With Porter Drink saying Tyler Hero was top 5, we all thought he was in the running for 6-man, and he's going to get 6-man for sure. Top 5 was ridiculous. So now we can do what? Now we can talk.
Yeah.
Keisha Heffron's got like 7 months.
Just wait.
7 months.
When those 7 months are over, you're right here. And you're publicly apologizing for us having to go through this.
Both of us.
Yep, for us having to go through this comment section. But on the other hand, we do appreciate you, Keisha, for coming on.
Of course.
On the live stream, and it's always a blast when y'all come on.
Oh yeah.
So and that'll pretty much wrap us up. We've done so much NFL and NBA stuff. We even did an MLB vid. So just go check it all out. Put it on double speed if you want. Thank you, Keisha Heffron, once more. And we'll see you guys next time on the one and only Allied Rivals podcast.
Adios.
Allied Rivals.